Okay. So here. All right. Put this in here too. So I think that's it. Anyways, I'm just gonna go put this in here. Happy Sabbath, everybody. If you're keeping the Memorial Day today. So I'm going to be using Nick's stuff, so I left a link to what he's got here. He's got a good little chart. Oh, I'm Lee, by the way. Of stuff that happened on different dates that you can get on his website, enochcalendar.com. So I'm going to use that, and then I've got, helps me remember where stuff's at. So the Torah is Light calendar, I don't use their calendar because I think they're off this year, but I do use the part where they've got dates mentioned and stuff. So Day of Remembrance. So let's go ahead and get into what this is. So Book of Division of the Days. They call it Jubilees because it has the Jubilees. This is Moses, Law of Moses. Yep. The Jews don't have the whole Law of Moses. Judaism, they're missing some stuff. So here is Jubilees chapter 6. So here Noah went forth from the ark on the first day of the third month. This new moon here, they translate new moon. It's not supposed to be new moon. That is tradition. First day of the third month, they went forth from the ark. And he built an altar on the mountain and made atonement for the earth. Took a kid, made atonement by its blood for all the guilt of the earth. So Noah knows how to make atonement, and he knows how to make altars way before Moses. So it shows what he did, what he sacrificed. The Lord, Yah, was pleased. He's pleased with it. He tells you you can eat animals now, just don't eat the blood. Right? So I have given you beasts, winged things, everything that moves on the earth for food. You can eat meat. Just do not eat the blood. So Noah and his sons swore they would not eat any blood that was in the flesh. What's in the flesh, what drips out of the flesh the whole time you're cooking it is blood. Okay? If you don't finish cooking it, there's still blood in it. It's not hard. There's no myoglobin, hemoglobin, blah 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 globin. It's blood is the only thing that's in the flesh. Blood and fat. Yep. So mentions the children of Israel, why they did that. Made a covenant with Noah, and feasts were celebrated in heaven from the day of creation till the days of Noah. So the feast did not start with Moses. So, let's see. Okay, so here on the new moon of the first month, new First day of the first month, so it just messes you up every time. Translation. On the first day of the fourth month, and that can be in the Ethiopic manuscript, whatever, it's still tradition. They added it into their writings. So first day of the fourth month, and you can go to, I believe they have the correct calendar, gospel worth dying for. And based on Enoch, this is the first day of the fourth month. Okay. Zoom this in here. Yep. All right. Go back to Jubilees. So they are days of remembrance, days of the seasons in the 4 divisions of the year. And we see that in Enoch. Go to Enoch 82. Yep. Yep. Enoch says the calendar is, with them. Let me just read the thing here. Blessed are all the righteous, blessed are all those who walk in the way of righteousness and sin not as sinners in the reckoning of all their days. So if you're reckoning your days wrong, it's a sin. In which the sun traverses the heaven, entering into and departing from the portals for 30 days with the heads of thousands of the order of the stars, together with the 4 which are intercalated, with which divide the 4 portions of the year, which lead them and enter with them 4 days. So somebody could tell you murder sin and everybody would agree with them, but if you tell them that Enoch says reckoning your days wrong is sin, they're like, what? Only to them men shall be at fault, not reckon them in the whole reckoning of the year. Yea, men shall be at fault, not recognize them accurately. For they belong in the reckoning of the year and are truly recorded forever. One in the first portal, one in the third, one in the fourth. See, that's where the, no. First portal. Yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around that, where that's at. I'd have to go back. So these are the divisions of the year pretty much. So first portal, third portal, fourth portal, sixth, and the year is completed in 364 days. So it's never by the moon, 354, whatever it comes out to is 364. But these divide the year, just like he says here. So first month, fourth month, seventh month, 10th month, 4 divisions of the year. Same thing. And the account thereof is accurate and is recorded, reckoning thereof exact, preliminaries and months and festivals and years and days. Is Serial, that's his name, Serial, it got corrupted. Shown and revealed to me, to whom Yahuwah of the whole creation of the world has subjected the host of heaven. And he has power over night and day in the heaven to cause light to give light to men, sun, moon, and stars, and all the powers of the heaven which revolve in their circular chariots. And these are the orders of the stars which set in their places in their seasons, festivals, and months. So it goes through. These are the names of those who lead them, who watch that they enter at their times and their orders and their seasons and their months and their periods of dominion, their positions. If you go to Stellarium and watch the sun rise, you'll see the stars rising with the sun. These are the heads. So yeah, so you can go down here. In the beginning, so it bears rule 91 days. These are the signs. That's spring, right? The next leader, Limelight, whom one names the shining sun. All the days of the latter 91 days. That's what we're in now. These are the signs of his days on earth, glowing heat and dryness. The trees ripen their fruits and produce their fruits ripe and ready, and sheep pair and become pregnant. The fruits of the earth are gathered in. Everything that is in the fields and the winepress, these things take place in the days of his dominion. These are the names and the orders and leaders of those heads of thousands: Gidiel, Kiel, Heel, and the names of the head of 1,000, which is added to them, Asphael, and the days of his dominion are added in. And this should name the rest like after this, but it's missing. It's missing from the book of Enoch. So after that you would have, so first you have spring, then you have summer here, then you would have fall, then you would have winter, but we don't have that. It's missing. But we know what summer is, right? So that's what we're in here. 91 days starts today, just like Enoch says. So these are written and ordained as a testimony forever. Forever. Yeah. See that? He wasn't joking around. And Noah ordained them for himself as feast for their generations forever. So this is a feast, so that they become thereby a memorial unto him. So what do we do at feast in the scriptures? So we get the feast in what? Exodus 12, Leviticus 23. You don't work, you don't buy and sell. It's a celebration. Same thing here. So it talks about the new moon in the first month. I'm not going to do that, not today. And the, not new moon, first day of the first month. Gets you every time. And the first day of the fourth month, the mouths of the depths of the abysses beneath were closed. And on the, okay, so this is what we're on here. The mouths of the depths of the abysses beneath were closed. And it wouldn't surprise me if that was closed up at the end. I think we see the abyss is open and then it's closed. Could be. Things always in the way. So on this account he ordained them for himself as feast for a memorial forever, and thus they are ordained. So forever. And that's the account. Noah was a righteous man. He ordained them. They're counted. He placed them on the heavenly tables, and they placed them on the heavenly tables. So they're written in heaven because Noah ordained them. So heaven affirmed what Noah said. Each had 13 weeks, one to another, that passed their memorial, and you can use that for the calendar too. You should have 13, 13, 13, 13. So you'll know when the next. From the first to the second, second to the third, third to the fourth, and all the days of the commandment will be 52 weeks of days. So we got 52 weeks. That's it. And these will make the entire year complete. All right, so calculator. So if we got 52 times 7, what do we got? 364 days. That's a year. Not 365 in the Roman calendar, not 366 in the Roman calendar, not 354. It's exactly 52 weeks, 7 days. Thus it is graven on the heavenly tablets, and there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year from year to year. And command now the children of Israel that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days, and they will constitute a complete year, and they will not disturb its time from its days or from its feast. For everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out any day nor disturb its feast. And then it goes on, well, they're going to neglect, and they're going to forget, and all that happened. Yes. So, we go to here. Children of Israel. So, some may say, well, you're not Israel. Well, Romans 11 and Ephesians 2 says you are. If you know God and you're in covenant, you're Israel. You're not a stranger to him, to his covenants. You're his people. So if you're in covenant, you're in Christ, Messiah, which he said, I'm the walking law, the way, the truth, and the life, then you're Israel. So this applies to you. So here, 1 Samuel 25. Samuel 25. So this is the Blue Letter Bible. Okay, so here we got, they've translated here, the phrase is new moon, so Chodesh, right? Okay, they say it's new moon. Why was it translated new moon only 20 times? So you can see it right there. Yep. 20 times. And translated as month 254 times. Maybe it means month, not new moon. Okay. First day of the month. See here? It does not mean moon. There's a different word for moon. So, moon would be urea. And the moon go here. So people can see this here. The moon, H3394, urea. It means moon. Well, we have a Hebrew word for moon. So Kodesh urea, or urea Kodesh, would be new moon. Kodesh is new, or month. So yes, I think it's no. A month. I think it's like from the root for new, but Kodesh is month. I'd have to go like into a lexicon and do it. So, all right. No, this is 7. Yeah, Genesis 8. Yeah, so here that's the when it went to the abysses, water returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the water was abated. Noah built an altar, same thing in Genesis, and took of every clean beast. See, we got clean animals and unclean animals right here. Can't say there's not unclean and clean, because it is. Clean fowl, burnt offerings on the altar. Yahuwah smelled the sweet savor, and Yahuwah said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground. See, he liked it, sweet savor. Genesis 9. He blessed Noah and his sons. That's why Ham wasn't cursed, because Ham was blessed by God. Review dread. Every moving thing that liveth shall be food for you. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, don't eat. Why would he have to tell us not to eat the blood if we're not eating meat? Food. Perfect timing. So here. He said his bow in the cloud. Every time you see a rainbow, that's for Noah. Or for the earth, really. Everlasting covenant. And every living creature that is upon the earth. So, and well, this goes into that. Yeah, so you get the details of the memorial days in Jubilees. And you see how people in the faith don't keep the memorial days because they're missing the book of Jubilees. So you can go here. So we know new moon is not new moon, it's new month. So 1 Samuel 20:15, and David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new month. I shall not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go. See, he had an appointment the new month, but let me go that I may hide myself in the field unto the third day at evening. Let's go to And the king sat upon his seat, as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan rose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, for he thought something hath befallen him, and he is not clean. Surely he is not clean. We're supposed to be clean for God's holy days. Clean and unclean, right? So if you went near a dead body, can't keep it. If you're, there's tons of things like Leviticus tells you if you're clean or unclean. Like a leopard couldn't keep it because they're unclean. If you've laid with a woman, if you've laid with your wife or something, you're unclean. Yeah, there's quite a few things that can make you unclean. So Saul thought that David was unclean. The reason he wasn't at the feast, because he would be there. You're supposed to be there. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month. See, second day of the month. That other one was the first day of the month. That David's place was empty, and Saul said unto Jonathan his sons, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to eat? Neither yesterday nor today. Jonathan asked Saul, David earnestly asked to leave of me to go to Bethlehem. All right. So you see, David is keeping, or supposed to be keeping, the new months. They knew about it back then. What this is, 1000 to 1100 BC. They still knew about the memorial days. Let's see. That's interesting. They've got Jubilees 3 on here. Oop. So, well, I'll get to that in a second. Let me look at this temple scroll first. So it's Giza Verm's Dead Sea Scrolls. So the sectarian calendar and the Dead Sea Scrolls. We know John, the Messiah, the people of the way, sons of Zadok, all those people in the Dead Sea Scrolls. This was their, what they call the sectarian calendar. It tells you where the Sabbaths are at. And then it tells you the first of the fourth month is a Memorial Day. Okay? Tells you straight up, Memorial Day. So they knew about it. No. Yep, and the Dead Sea Scrolls, if you're reading them, the people, they're trained when they're taught Hebrew to translate that new moon. It's in my book in there, my biblical Hebrew grammar. They are trained to translate that new moon. So they translate it new moon every time. First day, Emmer, fifth day of the fourth month. Okay, we're not going to go there. Right, so Memorial. See what comes up here. So it's good to have the book, but if you got the PDF, you can go through and search it. So Yeah, so here it talks about on this day there shall be a holy gathering and eternal rule for their generations. They shall do no work. It is a feast of weeks, a feast of first fruits, and eternal memorial. So it's listed feast of weeks and first fruits. We know those are biblical feasts, and they're considered a memorial. So what do we do on a biblical feast? Same thing you do on Noah's days. This is talking about the first day of the 7th month here. So memorial, sacred rest. You shall sanctify it wherever you dwell. For those that say, oh, we can't keep the feast. Yeah, just like everybody else, you're missing a lot of knowledge there. Say some stupid things if you don't know what you're talking about. So, same thing here, wherever they dwell. So, first day. I'm going to type in new moon and see what comes up. Yeah. So, again, that's not new moon, it's new month. So, account of David's poems is found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. David, son of Jesse, was wise and brilliant like the light of the sun. He was a scribe, intelligent, perfect in all his ways before God and men. Yehu gave him an intelligent and brilliant spirit. He wrote 3,600 psalms and 364 songs to sing before the altar for the daily perpetual sacrifice. That's for the 364 days, for all the days of the year, right? And 52 songs for the Sabbath offerings. That's 52 weeks, Sabbaths. 30 songs for new moons, for feast days, and for the Day of Atonement. So he wrote songs for new months, feast days, Day of Atonement. So you can factor in, okay, so how many feast days do we have? We got a Day of Atonement, new months, and you can see 30 songs. So was David keeping the new month? Yes. And all the songs which he uttered were 446, and 4 songs to make music on behalf of those stricken by evil spirits. And all there were 4,050. All these he uttered through prophecy which was given him from before the Most High. David was given that. See, Yahuwah gave him an intelligent and brilliant spirit. So, yeah, from new month to new month, from festival to festival, right? Go through those. Yeah, they had a very detailed understanding of the calendar. So, all right, last little bit. I think this is what, quoting Amos, a commentary on Hosea. I'll put an end to her feast, her new months, her Sabbaths, and her festivals. Interpret it. Again, new month is mentioned here with feasts, with Sabbaths, and with festivals. So what does that mean? It's correlated. Interpreted, this means that they have rejected the ruling of the law and have followed the festivals of the nations. Nobody has a problem keeping the festivals of the nations. Sunday, Christmas, Easter, Hanukkah, Purim, all that junk. But their rejoicing shall come to an end, and shall be changed into mourning. I'll ravage her vines and her fig trees, of which she said, they are my wage, which my lovers have given me. I'll make them a thicket, and the wild beasts shall eat them. So, well, one more thing here. let that go. I got new moon all over the place. No wonder people are confused. Alright, just leave that. Alright, Jubilees 3. Let's do a couple of these right quick. Thank you for the references. Jubilees 3, and it looks like verse 33. Adam and Eve expelled from the Garden of Eden. That's what they've got written here. Oh, okay, 32. On the new month of the 4th month, Adam and Eve and his wife went forth from the Garden of Eden. They dwelt in the land of Eldah, in the land of their creation. So, yep, they were kicked out of the garden on the first day of the 4th month. Good job. Jubilee 16. Jubilee 16, on the new month of the 4th month, we appeared unto Abraham at the oak of Mamre. We talked with him. We announced to him that a son would be given him by Sarah his wife. And Sarah laughed, for she heard that we had spoken these words with Abraham. We admonished her, and she became afraid, and denied that she had laughed on account of the words. And we told her the name of her son, as his name is ordained and written in the heavenly tablets, Isaac, Yitzchak. And that when we returned to her at a set time, she would have conceived a son. And in this month, Yahuwah executed judgments on Sodom, Gomorrah, and Zeboam, and all the region of the land of the Jordan. And he burned them with fire and brimstone, and destroyed them until this day, even as I have declared unto thee all their works, that they are wicked and sinners exceedingly, and that they defile themselves and commit fornication in their flesh, and work uncleanness on the earth. And in like manner, God will execute judgment on the places where they have done according to the uncleanness of the Sodomites, like unto the judgment of Sodom. But Lot we saved, for God remembered Abraham and sent him out of the midst of the overthrow. Alright, so stop there. It's interesting. This could be a day of future judgment. Adam and Eve kicked out, judgment on Sodom and Gomorrah, promise of Isaac. Jubilees 28. Jubilees 28. 24. And Yahuwah was gracious to Rachel, and opened her womb, and she conceived and bare a son. She called his name Joseph, on the new moon of the 4th month. So Joseph was born today. He's 45. Lots of cool stuff when you understand God's time and the history. So 45. And Israel went into the country of Egypt. That's Jacob in the land of Goshen on the new moon, the new month, first day of the 4th month, in the 2nd year and 3rd week of the 45th Jubilee. So Jacob went into Egypt. Pretty cool. So that's from the Torah's light calendar. Let's see what Nick has here. You can learn stuff from everybody. Day of the season, summer, Dead Sea Scroll, 4Q380, 394. Gideon, leader of the order of the 4th month, Enoch 82, yep. Gideon, I thought it was Elimelech. Noah's Memorial Festival Day, Jubilee 6, Tekufa. Yep. Adam and Eve departs Eden, Jubilees 3, found his great deep were closed, Jubilees 5, floodgates of heaven were restrained. We mentioned that in Jubilee 6, but we didn't go to Jubilee 5 to look at it. So, Jubilee 5. Yep, so first day of the fourth month, the fountain of the great deep were closed, and the floodgates of heaven were restrained. Yahweh and two angels appeared to Abraham under the oak tree at Mamre. Yep. Yep. Very cool. Very cool. So, praise Yah. We've got this knowledge back. A lot of people say, oh, who cares? Knowledge, blah, 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 blah. If you have a problem with God's knowledge, times and stuff, then you probably better check with Him, man, because those prophets and apostles, and they had knowledge too. So Daniel 12, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even till the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. That's where we're at right here. So, we're at the times of knowledge being increased. Let me go back to Enoch right quick. It's interesting that all Christians have a Bible. Judaism has a Hebrew Bible. So this can't be talking about them. Who's it talking about? I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know. But it's interesting. Holy Great One, we know that's Messiah. So here, Enoch 104. Roman numerals. Like, we're not in Rome, are we? Then I know another mystery, that books will be given to the righteous and the wise to become a cause of joy and uprightness and much wisdom, and to them shall the books be given. They shall believe in them and rejoice over them. Then shall all the righteous who have learnt therefrom all the paths of uprightness be recompensed. The Dead Sea Scrolls were given back. Enoch was given back. Yep. Who keeps that as scripture? In those days you have bade them to summon and testify to the children of earth concerning their wisdom. Show it unto them, for you are their guides and a recompense over the whole earth. For I and my son will be united with them forever in the paths of uprightness in their lives. You shall have peace. Rejoice, you children of uprightness. Amen. What does God say about those who reject knowledge? Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. And that's also interesting. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. And we know there's Levi at the end, the priest. And some people don't reject it, some people do. Right? So we know the Levites are coming back. It's very, very interesting. Like, where's it at? Micah 2. So he says you won't be a priest. You're rejecting knowledge. Where's it at? Is it Micah or Malachi? Let's look here. Yeah, Malachi. So Malachi 2:7, for the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law of his mouth, for he is the messenger of Yahuwah of hosts. All right, my covenant. The law of truth was in his mouth, iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me with peace and equity, and did turn many away from their lawlessness. But you have departed out of the way, have caused many to stumble at the law. You've corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith Yahuwah of hosts. Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all people. That's interesting. According as you have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law. So has that curse ended yet? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother? By profaning the covenant of our fathers. What's his definition of dealing treacherously every man against his brother? Profaning the covenant of our fathers. Profaning the covenant. That's his definition. God said the priests will keep law. They will keep knowledge. Revelation 7:4, I heard the number of them which were sealed. They were sealed, 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Judah, Reuben, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Simeon, Levi. Issachar goes down. I don't leave anybody out. Zebulun, Joseph, Benjamin. And we know that this is when Israel returns, right? Romans 9. See? Paul rebukes you for forgetting about Israel. Right? So Romans 9, he says, where's it at? Quotes Hosea, OC, Greek. It's Hosea. Alright, where's it at? They stumbled. He references that. And like Paul knew what he was talking about. Where's it at? 9:27? Come on now. Okay, here we go. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Right? And he warns against being wise in your own eyes and your own conceits. Be not wise in your own conceits. Romans 11:25, for I would not, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own conceits. See, ignorant of this, you're going to be proud and arrogant in your own mind, what your own mind's thinking, that blindness in part has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles come in. So what's that mean? When the fullness of the Gentiles comes in, this is going to be lifted. The curse is going to be lifted. Blindness is not. Israel's going to stop being blind. And so all Israel shall be saved, as is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. So don't be blind about it. All right. Oh. Yep. Happy Sabbath, Will. And that's good. So hope that was a blessing and helpful to you. Hope y'all enjoy this day of remembrance. Praise Yah for it. And may we be kind of worthy to escape these things that are coming to pass and stand for the Son of Man. Praise Yah. All glory to Him.